sitting here giving people,
How many people here have rat problems?
My neighbors have rat problems.
Okay. How many have seen rats?
well, if your neighbors got them, you have them.
No, I said my
Right.
neighbors have a rat problem, so that makes
And that
it
means
our
you've got them. Yep.
If one has a rat problem, we all have a rat problem because that little stinker's somewhere crawling around. And it's just a matter of time and him and his friends will come visiting. And that was the whole issue about this. The whole issue is to try to get people to work together. Because it's just like the issue. The person behind you doesn't take care of his yard. Then I hear the thing about the ordinances. I can write you tickets all day.
If I can get you people to show up.
Well, again.
That's the problem.
Okay, and I understand that. I've heard that story. Trust me. We've heard it.
We're spending hundreds of dollars dealing with this.
That's why we're here
And
tonight.
it's coming outside, it's from the neighbors on both sides
That's
of
right.
us.
Now, let me ask you this. If I write you an ordinance violation,
For what? For having rat traps in my yard?
no. If I write you an ordinance violation for having a dirty yard or poop in your yard,
You're not gonna find it, we don't have
I'm
animals.
not saying you, but if you did,
Well, supposedly, how's that handled? I've got people that's got total overgrowth behind their garages, so bad.
we have several steps by law.
And that's supposed to be an ordinance, right?
Okay? And those
Okay.
ordinances have to go step by step to the courts.
So what's the first step?
Write an ordinance violation, and then you have to.
How do I find out if that's been done? Is that public knowledge?
Is what now?
Is that public knowledge?
Yes.
Because it took me 2 weeks for somebody to even acknowledge my phone call from the city and the ordinances.
I understand what you're saying. You're not the only one that's complaining about phone calls coming in here. I hear about them all the time.
And I know you're the black sheep of the council. So if anything's gonna get done, we're gonna get it done through you because,
And that's why we're here tonight, because we want to fix this, okay? I have plans to what I'd like to do. I will work with other council members. I'm sure other council members are just as interested. I'm going to try to pull them in to get them involved. What I want to do is after tonight, we have another speaker yet, and she's been involved in this big time where she's been able to pull things together and make it work. She's got a lot to talk about tonight too, and we're going to get to her real quick. So thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, the issue tonight is we want to try to get people. Just about a month and a half ago, I had a rat problem in Monroe and Hay. I saw that little stinker running back and forth across my yard so much he made a path.
yep.
Okay? At first, I thought it was the squirrels that are all in my neighborhood. Then it began to dawn on me until I saw him sitting there staring at my camera that it's a rat. Okay? Then I found out that my neighbor had seen rats too. The neighbor off on my left had seen rats. And 2 doors down from there was a neighbor feeding the birds. And there's bird feed all over the backyard. Okay? And the whole issue is you have to try to get together. Now, not everybody's going to listen to you. I fully understand that. The whole idea of writing ordinance violations is just like writing tickets. I've always said,
Exactly.
I can write you 50 million tickets like they're doing up at Gardner White, but they still get 50 million tickets next year. So what's that tell you about that, writing tickets? Does it solve the problem always? No.
No, but when you come down that hill, you're waiting to see him sitting there.
Yes,
So you're at least gonna
but
slow down.
they still get them, 'cause I'll tell you right now, I see the budget. So the tickets are still pouring out. It's just like our ordinance guys. Do we have shortage of ordinance people? Yes, we sure do. Do I disagree with it? You better believe I do, and if I had my way, that a lot of the money that we're taking in on ordinance violations and traffic tickets, I'd be hiring more ordinance officers.
Do they do double duty? I was told by somebody at,
Yes, some of
so
them.
my animal control officer,
Yes.
I can have him write tickets on.
Or ordinance violation.
Yeah, they do. They have double duties. And what's that tell you? Do we need more personnel? That's the administration's job.
Well, I'm
We
just
control the
trying,
budget, so, never mind, I'll be nice.
I'm just trying to get to a point of getting something done. So I don't know if I should go to the animal control officer?
Yes.
Because I'm almost on a first name
I will
basis
tell you
with him
this.
over possums.
You can call me anytime you want, and I will do everything I can to help you. But it's gonna take all of us to work together. If you can work your neighborhoods, and I'll let you explain that more, because she has the way it's done, okay? ordinance violations, believe me, there's lots of ordinance violations written. This is a big town, a big city.
But if you write them, don't you follow up with them?
The only way that the way you follow up with them is that they pay them at the courts. If they don't pay them at the courts, you write them another ordinance until it gets to that court system, and the courts are the final decision maker on ordinance.
Right, but if you come out to somebody's house because they're not holding ordinance because of the backyard,
Correct.
they're gonna have a notice. Wouldn't that officer then have to follow up to see what that person's doing? Or do I have to keep calling every day to keep reporting it?
No, they follow up.
But once they've,
Tell them how long does it take? The
but once he's been out, then what's the next
Process
step?
can take months.
See, then,
It can
So
take
that's
months.
months more that I gotta pay $300 to deal with
Yeah, I
rats.
understand. You have to remember, they're violations. They're just like a ticket. You know, a lot of people get tickets. They pay the ticket, next thing you know, what are they doing? They're out driving fast again. So it's the same thing. We got a guy down in the south end that he's already told the judges, okay, how much do I owe you? Pays it, walks away. Now what? The whole question is, will they ever put him in jail? I don't know. I'm not a judge. I don't draw the line when it comes to the courts. That's their business what they do over there. What we have to do is, we have to find a way to circumvent that as citizens. Sometimes we have to do the job because it's still our neighbors doing this. I can write him a ticket, I can write her a ticket, but unless they clean that up, you're still going to have the problem. And that's
But-
why I've said this. Listen to what I have to say. Sometimes it's better, because I've learned this. Remember, I was a police officer in this town for quite a few years. One of my best things that ever happened was when I talked to people and asked them to do something. Because I can write you a ticket, what have I gained? Nothing, because I just ticked you right off. And you're going to say, hey, Ram, you know where you can go? Right? And that's happened many times. So the whole issue is, do we work with them? Let's work with them first. Then, if it don't work, then what do? You have to send the ordinance people. Do we send the ordinance people anyway if you think you have a problem? Call them. Now, in your situation, I'm sorry that if you're not getting the response, okay?
I knew the operator better than anybody. I was talking to her every day for 2 weeks.
And I'm sorry that happened. I really am.
And then I'm hearing rumors that the city council didn't want you doing this. So where are we gonna get with you if the council ain't backing you up right now? We're just blowing steam.
I think this council will support me on anything I bring to them. I really do. We may not.
Can I hold
see-
you to
we-
that?
Huh?
This is unreal. I know, but
The council is our voice. We have to make the council.
We all,
the problem is if they don't wanna listen, they just shove it off their thing.
okay,
We have to
please,
keep coming to
okay,
them.
listen up.
I don't believe that the council's against it, doing something about it, and I don't believe that the ordinance people don't do their job. They came out and slapped 6 ordinances around me after I called about it, but you know what, the process,
It's a process.
so.
And the process
And if
is,
they just say, tack it on to my taxes, that's the end of the process.
problem is the neighbors, and
That's the end of the process.
what I say is this, we're probably gonna have to look at stiffer ordinances and more pushy things that we can do as far as passing certain ordinances that will put more pressure on those.
like no bird feeders.
Like one of the biggest things that bugs me is, how would you say this? A lot of times the rental homes, we have a serious problem with rental homes. I have my thoughts about what I would do, but this is something that council needs to work out. I'm sure once that the council realizes, and they do, that we're having this problem, but we have to look at it as a council, but who still brings the information to us? The administration. We have to vote on everything that happens. We control the budget, and we vote on issues brought to us. Now, what we do is, as a council, we can send the information back to the administration, hoping that they look into it deeper and bring something back to us. And that's what I intend to do, and I'm sure that other council members will support me on it.
You're going back to the council with.
No,
Yes.
the administration.
Yes. I will advise the council.
Administration,
I will make recommendations to the council, and maybe we can get together, a few at a time, not all at once, but we can get together, come up with something, submit it to the administration, and let the administration come up with a plan, bring it to the council, and it will be discussed publicly. And that, when that happens, hopefully we can come to a, yes, sir?
Because of the constraint of time, I motion to go to the newspaper.
That's the person who got that.
I just have one question, real quick. If a property is deemed a rental property,
Keep reading.
doesn't the city have permission to check out that property?
There's a big issue right now with rental problems in the apartment complex. There's big issues with that right now. And that's a legal thing that's going on. The administration's job is to take care of that. But yes, there is some major issues inside the rental locations. I feel sorry for those people, because it's not those people. Those people want help. It's the people maybe that control those places.
I was just gonna say, the owners of the homes, because I'm talking homeowners that are renting their property out.
Yes.
And they don't care, because they're getting their monthly $1,100 or whatever.
Sure.
But I'm just asking, does the city have permission to go onto that
When it
property and
comes- When it comes to rental properties, houses, major complexes, that's the big question right now. What kind of authority do we have going on the properties of the major complexes? But again, that's the administration,
Well, that's part of your.
okay?
Speaker, I want to hear the other speaker
Right now.
right now.